Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to anyone who is new. If you are viewing my videos for the first time, please do hit the subscribe button. My name is Zanele and I am a qualified registered nurse and I'm here to document my life as a registered nurse in South Africa. So yeah, it has been a minute since I sat down with you guys and you knew what I was up to. For the past couple of months it's been vlogs because I've been busy and they were what I was able to produce. I didn't have the time to sit down and actually film videos. I am looking into speaking about my job, my current job in details, but just after March, after finishing the first 3 months of my job and actually reviewing my performance and how I've done thus far. So yeah, it's one of the reasons I haven't really done a live update but at least I did fill you guys in to let you know that I have started a new job. So yeah, it's better than nothing. On today's video, I want to speak about the financial mistakes that I made when I started out as a new professional nurse or as a new graduate. These are mistakes that some of them I could not fix until now that I've gotten a better job and a better opportunity to rectify these mistakes. So I thought I should share with people who are on ComServe or who are going in ComServe. I know that there are people who are going to be starting their internship in April, and I thought I should share. This will also be very informative and helpful for people who are still in nursing school, especially those who are getting stipend, because I was also getting stipend, but I literally have nothing to prove I was getting stipend. So yeah, let's just get on the video already. Okay, so these are advices that I will be sharing with you today about the mistakes that I made as a young professional and also as a student. I'm going to include my student years because I was earning money during that time. I was just not conscious of how I used it, mainly because I would justify it by saying, I'm a student, the government is giving me this money, my parents are giving me this money to spend. Anyways, point number one, save as early as you can. So you guys know that I used to get like 2,500 rand from college, right, from the stipend that I was getting from Department of Health. I used to get 2.5 and literally on that 2.5 I would blow it all. This is someone whose bursary is paying for accommodation, paying for books, giving her money allowance for transport. Were they giving us? Yes. Oh, the 2.5 also included transport to like practical areas, and they were also paying for what? Yeah, they were paying for my books, they were paying for my uniform, they were paying for my accommodation. So like I didn't have any burden of tuition related things. No, the only thing I had to do was to buy myself food and pay my transport to the practical area, which was not an everyday thing. Like we would go to practicals for 6 weeks or go for 4 weeks and be in class and so forth. And most of the practical areas that I was going to, they were not really far from where I was staying, because all the times, whether I was in Rustenburg or whether I was in Mafikeng, I would stay in the student accommodation. So looking back now, I realized that 2,500 rands was a lot of money. I could have saved at least 500 if really I wanted to blow money in that way. I cannot even remember what was I doing with my money. The only thing that I remember that I was doing for a couple of years consistently, it was to pay for my little brother's maths after class thing, like tutorials, which also they didn't really cost a lot of money. They costed like 250. So what was I doing with the rest of the money? Well, I remember, guys, yes, I remember, well, I was buying clothes, definitely, and I was buying food, literally. That was, hence I'm saying I have absolutely nothing to show for the stipend that I was getting in nursing school. I remember I also had a Truett's account, like, you're a student, what are you doing with a Trueworth account? But yeah, I had a Trueworth account, which by the way is one of the things I regret ever making. But I will get to that point. So point number one is save. It doesn't matter how much you are making, and this is just in general. It's not just about being a nurse or being a student nurse. It's in general. It doesn't matter how much you're making. You can be making 50 rands per day. Make sure that you save something. Just save something. Don't blow all the money away immediately as soon as you receive it. That was my first mistake, not saving. Literally, I ate all my money from first year until final year. Have financial goals. Have financial orientated goals. This will motivate your saving. One thing I realized about when I started working, when I was doing my ComServe year, is that I didn't have financial goals. Like, I didn't know what was it that I wanted to achieve or what was it that I was working for. So I would use my money haphazardly. Like, I would use it as it comes. I would find things to do with it as it comes. It's different. Like, knowing what you're going to do with your money is different from taking your money and doing something because you have the money. So when you know that you have financial orientated goals, it will help you to stay encouraged in terms of saving. I think it was one of the reasons, like when I started working, I was saving, but literally I would fix an account and put money in it, and the day I go broke, I go and open up those savings and blow them away. It was a routine for me. It was because the money that I was saving, I didn't have a reason why I was saving it. Like, I was just putting money away for no reason. So have financial orientated goals. Like, you need to know that you are saving for this particular thing, and the term of your goal, and the term of your saving. Like, how long do you plan on saving until you get this particular goal achieved? So make sure that you make financial orientated goals, even if like the goals that you are making are for 5 years. If there's nothing that you can plan for right now, just do it. Save and save and save. Even if you can save for a 20 years away goal, do it. Go ahead and do it and save. It will encourage you, and it will make you to be consistent, and it will assist you to stick to your guns. And the other thing that I wish I could have done better when I was a student or when I started working is learning about or researching about my personal finances, like having the interest of financial education. Talking about money in the Black society, well, at least that's what I know, it is like a taboo. I was just thinking today on my way from work, why is it that our salaries are confidential? Why don't we want to speak about our salaries? Why do we want to keep them a secret from people? Like, what is the significance behind that? Why is it a taboo if you're going to go around telling people how much you earn and how much you're making? Is it because mhlawumbe abantu banenhliziyo ezimbi, like they'll give you bad vibes, or what is it? I honestly do not know the reason behind it, but I think it is one of the things that has made us to shy away from speaking about money, from being honest about money, from being honest about our struggles when it comes to money. So I wish that when I was a little bit younger, or when I started working, or when I was getting a stipend, I would have had the mind to want to research about my personal finances, because I wouldn't be, or rather I wouldn't have done the trials and the errors that I've done in the past, which actually have set me back compared to if I had the knowledge that I have now, which I got from experience. Had I gotten it from research other than experience, I would really be far financially. So do have take time to research about your personal finances, not other people's personal finances. You must understand that an equation that works for this particular person might not work for you. So it's important for you to do your own research about your own personal finances needs, right? The other thing that I want to emphasize on is going back to goal orientated, to financial goals orientated, I want to speak about when I bought my car. You guys know how I love my car, and it's a car that I was just not willing to take back. I was not willing to trade. And I think I did say on one of my videos that the car that I'm driving, it's an SUV, and it doesn't allow me to have it and also have a house, like the house of my dreams, the house that I want to have. Like, so that car did not allow me, like with my previous or my first salary, driving that car meant I couldn't go and get that house. If I would go and get that house, then I wouldn't have anything to eat. I wouldn't have anything to wear. Why are we not focusing? What's happening? Hi. Okay, I don't know what was happening with the camera, but what I'm saying is, going for that car meant I was not gonna be able to get the house that I wanted. I would get other houses, but not the one that I wanted. And it would also mean that if I would get the house and the car at the same time, then I wouldn't be able to buy myself clothes and food. I wouldn't be able to maintain my lifestyle, basically. The reason I went for the car that I went for, it was because Benditanda, and it's one of the reasons I didn't let it go. But with the salary that I was earning on my previous job or on my first job, it didn't allow me to have such. So I bought the car. But at the same time, I think there were things I could have done to help me have like multiple streams of income. And by multiple streams of income, I don't necessarily mean a business, but I mean what I spend the money that I have on. Like your cell phone contracts, like your clothing accounts, that is also expenses. And once you reduce or get rid of those, then it means you are having an extra cash that comes into your wallet. So when I went for my car, I didn't look at such things. I just went for my car because my goals were just not financial orientated. Like, I didn't look at my personal finances and study them, research them, and check my needs and want. I just went and bought my car. And I think the biggest mistake was me not studying my finances before going for the car. But the car is not a mistake for me. Yeah, the car is not a mistake for me, but my mistake is how I bought it, or the time I bought it. I could have prepared. So before you go out, I know as a new graduate, as someone that recently just qualified and that is a young professional starting to work, the first thing that you feel you need is a car, bruh. You're gonna need a car. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say, no, you're not gonna need a car, use taxes and all that. It is not easy. Using taxes, there's not necessarily anything wrong with it, but for someone, okay, for instance, when I bought my car, it was because I was working something like 50 kilometers from where I'm staying. So imagine that, working 50 kilometers from where you are staying. The traveling was just a lot, the money, it was a lot. So I decided to go for the car, and it was a lot easier for me to go to work and come back, and also move around from Joburg to Pretoria to Rustenburg, because some of my loved ones are in Joburg and some are in Pretoria. So it was a little bit easier. And for me to travel home, you guys know I have a daughter, right? So for me to travel home with my daughter, well, and why am I lying? Because I bought this car long before I could have a child. Yeah, I just bought it. But you definitely will need a car. But my advice is, before you buy that car, just make sure that you study your personal finances. You do some research on ways of how you can cut down your expenses and how you are using your money, and make sure that if you getting that car won't stop you from getting something else that you want. So yeah, that's basically what I want to say. And the third one, if it is the third one, because Nteta Kakhulu, is track your credit behavior. You guys, I just mentioned Uguti, when I was a student, I opened an account, right? I opened a Trueworth account that I was really reckless with. And please believe it or not, I've just closed that account like recently. An account that I've had since I was a student. By the way, when I was a student, I was actually taking good care of the account. I was paying it on time and stuff like that. I started neglecting it when I started working, because I started taking certain responsibilities that were just more than what I could handle, and then I stopped paying the account, and it put me in bad record. And that was literally the only account I had. It put me in bad record. So when you are going to open credit or to start credit, just make sure that you trace your behavior when it comes to those credit cards, because it's easy to go astray and miss 1 month payment, and you get used to that. It's really bad. It's gonna reflect badly on your credit record. It's not something that you want, and that account will have areas, and you'll end up paying way more than you should have paid. So if you're gonna have credit, which of course it's something that is needed, I guess, for, I don't know, for when you wanna buy a car or a house from the bank. Obviously they want your credit record. So yeah, if you are that person, I know also there are people who are living a life that is debt free. Kudos to you. I envy you guys, and I wish I can finally get to where you are. You guys are literally goals, and you are exactly what I aspire to be. But for those who cannot go straight without like debt, please do make sure that you track your financial or your credit behavior. You trace yourself and make sure that you're always in good standing. I'm gonna speak about investment. Invest your money, which is something that I never did, you guys, throughout the 5 years, or rather the 6 years of working for Department of Health. This doesn't include the 4 years of studies that I was getting 2.5. It only includes the 6 years of experience that I have as a nurse. I didn't do any investments. Oh well, the only thing that I did is to put money away from my daughter, but for myself, I didn't make an investment. Baby girl didn't invest in anything. The money that I would get on my bonuses, it's money that I would go and blow out. For instance, the past birthday bonus, I went and bought myself a 15K or 16K camera cash. And yeah, so every time I would get a bonus, I would do something that is like, dish, I want something cash. I want to help my parents with this. I wanna buy a JoJo tank for my parents. I would use that money, and I feel that I should have invested some of that money. Had I started investing my birthday bonus 5 years or 6 years ago, how much money would I have right now? But we are here to learn, and unfortunately I had to learn from experiences, hence I'm making this video so you don't have to go through what I went through. And the other thing that I would like you guys to take away from this video is not biting more than you can chew when it comes to responsibilities. I don't want to lie. Growing up, I was just growing in a normal family. I was never needy of anything. I got my needs. I might have not gotten all my wants, but I definitely got all my needs. So growing up, I've always wanted to be that kid that gives back to her family. And there are times where I had beaten more than I could chew, or more than I could handle, with the intentions to assist my parents, and that in a way has gotten me in states that had I not forced things, I wouldn't have found myself in those situations. You know how you know your parents need something and you put yourself through constraints, like deep constraints, to pull through just to make sure that they are happy and they are, I don't know, comfortable. I don't think comfortable is the right word, but their hearts are at ease, let me put it like that, or their hearts are happy. It's fulfilling as a black child to please your parents and to make their hearts happy. So that, to me, at some point drove me to an environment or a place, a financial place that I didn't enjoy personally. As much as I was making my parents proud, I was making them happy, but it would leave my personal life and my personal finances in deep constraints that I was completely not happy about. And the last one that I would like to share with you guys is to prepare for emergencies. Please prepare for emergencies. Always have money. Emergencies can be your family member getting ill, or an unfortunate event happening in your family, or your car getting ill, because wow, cars can get ill, you guys. By the way, when you are buying cars, please make sure that you ask the dealer how much are the tires for your car, because wow, personally my car's installment is not that expensive for me, but the maintenance of that car, baby girl, that's a lot. I legit paid 2,200 rands for one single tire of my car, and it's not normal for me, but it is what it is. We signed up for it. So prepare for emergencies, Bandase. Don't be that person that text. I had this particular friend of mine who was literally my emergency bank, and I was her emergency bank, because she was getting paid month end and I was getting paid on the 15th. So we were always literally every month calling each other, Chomi, can you please assist? Chomi, can you please assist? And this would happen because we didn't have any emergency savings, you know. So we were literally each other's emergency savers, and I don't think that is the safest way of doing things, even though it really never got in between the two of us, like it didn't affect our friendship in any way. But I just don't think it's safe, because what if your friend doesn't have in that particular month, you know? So yeah, these are the tips that I have for you guys who are going to start working pretty soon, and for those who are already working, and also for those who are already in nursing school and getting stipend. This is not a video for nurses only, but it is for everyone who just started receiving any type of income. I hope you find it informative and helpful, and it will assist you to plan your financial life a little bit better, so you don't have to rectify your financial mistakes with a new job or a better paying job. Yeah, like the video if you enjoyed, and if you are new, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I will definitely see you guys on my next video.